Hey everyone, Tech Gamer here, continuing our playthrough of Dragon Warrior II for the Nintendo Entertainment System. In this video, we're going to venture into the Cave of Roan and get the final crest, which is the Life Crest. And we will have all 5 crests, which is one of the main objectives in the game before we can go to Hargon's castle. So here we are, back at Baran, doing a quick status check. We're at levels 19 for the hero. We are at 17 for the Prince of Canuck and 14 for the Princess of Moonbrook. So again, we are a little bit weak to be venturing into the Cave to Roan still, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot. As you can see, the Prince still has some pretty weak armors and weapons, but that's okay still. So obviously we remember to get to the Cave to Roan, we have to go up here, use the Jailer's Key, cast Step Guard twice, and walk into the teleporter, which takes us to the monolith right outside the Cave to Roan. So here we go. We're now inside of the monolith to the east of the Cave to Roan. I recommend casting Step Guard again. And here we are. Now as you can see, the cave entrance is closed again. If you watched my previous video, we already used the Eye of Malroth to open the cave. What I did not recall was that it does not stay open. You have to use it every time, which is okay, we just have to use it. So here we are at the Cave to Roan. Once we get inside, we will verify that there is indeed a crest in the cave by using the echoing flute. When you use the echoing flute, as in my previous videos, if there is a crest in the area, the flute will echo back the music that is played, which is what we can hear right now. And on the way out, I will play it again to show you the differences. So let's go get this crest. The first thing to do is we have to go down into the basement of this cave. Now this basement area is called the Hork's Nest, and you'll find out why right now. Every couple of steps, you're going to get attacked by Horks. Nothing else but Horks. And Horks, they're in numbers, and they're a pain. So I'm going to try and fight, but I don't think I'm strong enough yet. I'm probably just going to run from every fight. And again, I'm okay with losing a character to get the Life Crest. I have a feeling the Prince of Canuck is probably going to die, just because of his levels. Yeah, there it is. So that's okay, as long as we can get the Life Crest. Once we get outside, I can use a Wing of the Wyvern to return us to Baran. So the Life Crest is in the bottom right corner of this basement area in a treasure chest. So we have to get down there, and that's the challenging part. And this actually is the hardest part of the Cave to Roan, the biggest pain, especially because of the level I'm at. Had I been at levels like 25, 26, it would be super easy, but I'm not. So we're just going to keep running and working our way down. There's the treasure chest. We just have to get it. And then we're going to get out of here and go back to Baran. And so here we are. We've got the Life Crest. We now have all 5 quests. And we need to work our way out of this cave. So again, like I said, we now have all 5 crests. So once we get out of this cave, we can use them and trade those crests in for help from Rubiss. So as everybody remembers, there was the Sun Crest, the Moon Crest, the Water Crest, the Stars Crest, and the Life Crest. We found the Moon Crest in Osterfair. We found the Sun Crest in the Fire Monolith. We found the Water Crest in Hamlin, the Stars Crest in the Lighthouse, and the Life Crest in the Cave to Roan. So let's just go ahead and work our way out of here still. And assuming we survive, our next stop will be back to Baran to heal, bring Tally back to life, and then continue on our adventures. So the Cave Tyrone is the biggest dungeon slash cave in the game, and the hardest, because obviously it takes us to the final boss's area on top of the giant mountain range. And there are various names for the area. It's called Rhone, Renderak, Torland. It depends which version of this game you're playing. For all intents and purposes, I'm just going to call it Rhone. So here we are. Let's go ahead and play the echoing flute again, and you will now see the difference. We no longer hear an echo, which means there are no crests in this cave. Now, Tally's dead, so we cannot cast Return. So I have a Wing of the Wyvern, which will get us back to our last save town, which was Buran. We'll go ahead and bring him back to life first. So our next stop, after we stay at the inn, is we need to go to Rubiss' shrine, which is on the eastern part of the world, south of Middenhall. And there we will prove our valor to her and show Rubiss all 5 of the crests, and she in turn will help us. She promised herself to Edric in the previous game at the end to help his descendants in the future, which is us right now. So let's go ahead for good measure and save. Game seems to be stuck again right there. So let's go ahead and save, and then we will continue on our way. So as you can see, we have left Buran and we're traveling west, which in turn brings us onto the eastern side of the world. Here is the Fire Shrine. We're just going to make a pit stop real quick and pick up a Leaf of the World tree. And then we'll continue on our way. Just fight off the usual guys here. I'm definitely going to spend some time grinding to get my levels up before we even attempt to go back into the Cave Tyrone, because it's very difficult. Okay, so continuing on, we're just going to pick up the Leaf of the World tree, like I said. Now, obviously, remember from previous videos, the Leaf of the World tree will bring back one person to life, but it starts them as 1 hit point. I don't yet know Revive, so this works out well in the meantime. So here on the southern island is a Leaf of the World tree. Just have to search for it. Okay, now that we've acquired the Leaf of the World tree, we can go on to our final destination here. So, if we head north from the Fire Monolith area and the Leaf of the World tree, and head north back towards Osterfair, and stay just a little bit to the west of the entrance, and keep heading north, we will eventually run into Rubiss' shrine. So who was Rubiss? Rubiss was an enchanter that was been around since always. That seems to be the backstory. And pledged herself to help the hero from the first Dragon Warrior game, Edric, and to help his descendants. As we recall, when you beat Dragon Warrior 1, Rubiss talks to you and tells you you've recovered the ball of light and all the monsters are gone and thanks you. And then she pledges herself to help you in the future. So fast forward to now, Edric's long dead, and we're his descendants, and she's helping us take on Hargon. So we'll just go ahead and fight these guys off. The vampires and the lizard flies are actually a pretty good combination to fight. They actually can hurt you pretty good, even though you're higher levels. But I always like to fight them just for the experience points. After I acquire the Charm of Rubiss, I'm gonna do some grinding, fight some metal babbles inside Cave Tyrone, and just get up a whole bunch of levels to make the trip to the final boss and ultimately end the game that much easier. So here is the Shrine of Rubiss. And we're going to go ahead and go inside. So here we are at the top level. And we're going to go down, down, down. Basically, it seems like we go to the bottom of the ocean. Because if you look, when you get to the bottom level, there's land, which I assume is the seafloor. And we step inside, all the lights light up. So Rubiss is talking to us, an enchanter. She promised Edric to help when the time came, which is now, as you can see. And she gives us her blessing and her charm. So, the Charm of Rubiss. The Charm of Rubiss is used when we get to Hargon's castle. When we go inside Hargon's castle, the first thing we do is we walk in, it looks exactly like Middenhall. You can even stay at the inn, but it doesn't heal you. And talk to people, everything's normal. You have to use the Charm of Rubiss to unveil the truth and drop Hargon's shadow. Little do we know that Hargon's magic never goes away. That illusion stays behind after his defeat and actually becomes the world in Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is an interesting tie-in to this game. So let's go ahead and fight these guys off, and then we'll cast Return and go back to Buran. Gas and smokes are just a pain. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and cast Return now. And we'll return to our last save town, which was Buran. Okay, so in this video, we have accomplished two things. One, we ventured inside the Cave Tyrone and acquired the final crest. And we went to Rubiss' shrine and got her blessing and the Charm of Rubiss, which is the final item we need to take on Hargon at his castle. Next is going to be the Cave Tyrone again. We need to go and get the armor of Edric and the Thunder Sword, but first I need to get up some levels. So the next video will be our assault into the Cave Tyrone. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and the next video will be coming soon.